Today I'm going to make a video on some iconic moments that have happened this 2018 so far. I thought that would be like a good video idea because like I don't know, I was just like listening to some music and like watching some things and I got inspired and I was like, oh, it's like a good year for like LGBT people. So as Hailey Keiko said, so yeah, and these things aren't in order. I like literally have a whole like notes full of things that I've written. None of it's in order, it's all over the place, but yeah, whatever. First things first on my list is Hailey Keiko's, I'm not pronouncing her name right now, Hailey Keiko, I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, it's Hailey's album. Great album, love it. One of the greatest pop albums of this year, and it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Yeah, it's been long awaited, so yeah. And she's touring in Europe and they just released like her, like it just went on sale like a few days ago and they all sold out so quickly. I saw everybody complaining. I didn't even try and buy tickets because I don't have any more money left because I'm going to like, I've already bought like 4 concert tickets this year and I didn't have enough money. But she done like venues that were really small and everyone was like, girl, you're gonna sell these out so quickly, and she didn't think she would sell them out so quickly, but then she did. So I think they're working on bigger venues. Next is Janelle Monáe came out as pansexual. I was so happy for her. Oh my god, I was so happy for her. And her album, so good. Like I remember I wrote here like when she came out in, I can't remember, one of those magazines interviews, and then like pansexual became like the most searched word and I was like, wow, Janelle Monáe really did that. And then she put out a phenomenal album. She has this motion picture called Dirty Computer, which is so good. If you still haven't watched it, you need to watch it. I'm gonna put a link below. It is so good. It's literally like, it's basically like a whole movie that goes with the album, and I think all the songs are played in it except for like one, and that one song is played in it but it's on the instrumental that's on it, not the full version. But if you watch the motion picture and then listen to the album, then you'll have so much more context with it and it'll be so good. I'm going to one of her concerts in September next month. I can't wait. I can't wait. And yeah, like amazing moment, you know, creating visibility for the pansexual community, and it's just great. Queer people of color. Okay, next thing is Harry Styles. He started his tour and then he sang this song called Medicine, and like I think him and Now started their tour like on the same day or like the day after, and then everyone was like, oh my god, he's got a new song, and then people posting videos of it all the time, and then we looked at the lyrics and it's a bisexual anthem. It just is, and it is amazing. It's so good. He needs to release the fucking studio version on iTunes and Spotify because I really need it. Like I've been listening to it on YouTube for like how many months now, and it's just like really, and it's really nice because people went to all his concerts and people took videos from like the first day he sang it, on the first day of tour when he sang it, and like the last few days he sang it, and like the middle of the tour, and you can see that he got more and more confident with singing it. So that's just beautiful, like just beautiful. Next is Brendan Urie came out as pansexual, and I was literally screaming, like I was so happy for him. I was like screaming of joy. I never thought he was straight. I don't think anyone who's a panic fan thought he was straight. I always thought he was bi, like, but he never really said it. And like in an interview like I think 2 or 3 years ago, he was like, I'm just whatever, you know, like I'm just whatever, like basically kind of said that. And I was like, okay. And then he like proper like used the term pansexual in there, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like he actually like came out, but like I wasn't shocked in that way because I was like, there's no way this guy's straight. Like we all thought he was at least bi. So, and then he came out as pan, and then we had another pan icon came out this year. So fantastic. And Brendan and Hailey are on tour, I think still currently now, and like it's magical. There was this beautiful tour moment on the one of the Canadian shows, and they sang Girls Girls Boys together, and oh my god, I'll leave a link to the full video of it that a fan took, but it's not like the full song. I think it's like 1 minute, because she only stayed on stage with him for like 1 or 2 minutes, but it's so, oh, it's so beautiful. I'm never gonna say it. It's so beautiful, but you've probably seen it, but if you haven't, oh, you need to see it. That was music. I forgot to say it. Now TV and movies. So first things first, we have Love, Simon. Beautiful film. I saw it, it was amazing, and I think like gay people needed a like just a common rom-com, because there's so many like straight like rom-coms, and it's just like, it was a cute film, it was a teenage high school film, and it's just like there's so many of those for like straight people. So it's great that like gay people got to have one that was on the screen, you know what I mean? Like, come on. And cute story, beautiful film, so many Panic at Disco references as well, and yeah, great. And then that just made me think of something else on Netflix, Alex Strangelove, which was a great film. Well, like, it was good. It wasn't as good as Love, Simon. The reason why I don't think it was as good as Love, Simon, if you watched it, is because like they could have made him bi, but they didn't make him bi. They made him gay instead. And I was like, you guys really like you guys really act like it's that hard to portray bisexuality like in a character. Like, it's not that hard. Like, this person likes men and women. It's really not that hard. But but nevertheless, it was a good film, and it had a lot of references to MCR and Panic, so I was like, okay. Yeah, but Moonlight will always be superior to both of them, just because it's a beautiful it's a great film. But you know, that I consider them like in different genres, even though they're both like LGBT gay films. I think like they're different type, like they're telling a whole different type of story, and those two are just classic like high school drama rom-coms, but gay. So beautiful. Next one is A Fantastic Woman. Yeah, A Fantastic Woman is a beautiful movie, a trans woman playing a trans woman, the lead in the movie, and it won an Oscar for like best foreign film. It's not in English and it has subtitles, but it's so beautiful, and all the music in it, and it's so beautiful. Like, you need it for the culture. Don't watch it dubbed, just watch with the subtitles, read it, and it's beautiful. The story is important for not only trans people but for cis people to see. It shows like the struggle that trans people go through, just trying to survive, just trying to live their life like everyone else, and I think it's beautiful. Next is Pose FX, which is a TV show, and it is amazing. It just got renewed, I think yesterday or like a few days ago, or maybe earlier this week, because I just saw the news that it got renewed for like a second season, and it is wonderful. Like, it's so good. Like, I don't think there's ever been a TV show with so many trans women and so many trans people of color. And Evan Peters is in it as well. Amazing. I love him from American Horror Story. Yeah, and it's necessary that you watch it if you can watch it. Then it will show that there's a demand for, you know, queer and trans stories, and more people watch it. And yeah, but it's got renewed, and everyone kept saying watch it, watch it, watch it. People kept watching it, and now it's got renewed for a second season, and I hope it can go on. I hope they make more and more TV shows telling different stories other than the ones we've seen 100 times. Next is Steven Universe, which I haven't watched. I haven't really watched. I think I've watched like one episode maybe, but because it's hard to watch it in this country, like I'm gonna have to watch it illegally, so I don't want to be baiting other stuff, but I'll find a way to watch it. Steven Universe had the first same-sex proposal that had been on a mainstream children's show, which is fucking awesome. Like, that is just awesome, man. It's important kids see things like that, so they just know, like they just know from a young age. And I think a lot of parents have like this kind of misconception that like seeing those type of stuff like on TV will like make your kid queer or trans, and it really won't, to be honest. Like, if they are, they are, and if they are and they see that, then it will make them feel more normal, and if they aren't, then it will just make them a better person, because they'll know that people are different and all of this stuff. Like, it's just like not seeing this not seeing any like gay characters in like any TV shows they watch for like, I don't know, their whole childhood to teen years. It's just like them never seeing like a black person, or seeing a white person, or seeing someone who's a different race than them, basically. Like, they need to know that there are other people in the world that aren't like them, okay? Because that just makes them a better person and won't make them a shitty person. Yeah, that brings me on to another point. A lot of things, a lot of parents also think like social media and like, I don't know, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat and all that is making like, can make will or made their child queer or trans, and that's not really true. Like, all social media and the internet does in general is give people names for things. So if someone thinks something like, hey, I might be da da da, and they Google it, or they find a YouTube video talking about it and displaying it, they can see, well, the person in this YouTube video is saying this, I relate to this, or the person in this YouTube video is saying this, I don't relate to none of that, so on I go. Last one I got is, this was quite early on in the year, Demi Lovato and Kalani on stage. Beautiful. There's no more least to say. There's no more to say. If you haven't seen the clip, then what? Like, what? But I don't think I'm going to put the clip in this video. I'll leave the link to the clip on Twitter. I'll find it on Twitter because I have to go for my Twitter thing and find it, and I'll find it and I'll link it. When it comes to like media and things like that, it's getting a little bit better. When it comes to news and laws and the government and stuff, it's a thing. I guess it was just like it was like this, and then it went like that, and now it's like that, but hopefully it goes to there, and then it stays around that area, you know. Things could be better, but you know, it takes time, and things like this helps like normalize it to other people and stuff like that. And when it comes to like laws and voting for stuff and things, if people are more accepting of LGBTQ+ people, then they'll vote for laws that will help protect them even when they're not LGBTQ+ themselves. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. It's not that we're just it's not that people are just like making these like TV shows and movies and songs about like queer life and stuff just for the fun of it. It's because, you know, it's their experiences, and plus people need to know about these stuff so people won't be so hostile towards LGBTQ+ people. So yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a like. Stay alive, it's worth it, I promise you. Bye people.